Hey everyone and welcome back. Since we will be working with Google Tag Manager and learning plenty of things regarding it would be best to have a playground where we can implement everything that we learn throughout this course together. So let's get started with creating your first Google Tag Manager container. I'll need you to go to tagmanager.google.com. Also, the link will be shared in the video description. So once you go to that website, you won't have access to any Google Tag Manager containers because this is your first experience with GTM or Google Tag Manager container. When you visit this page, you'll need to click on the Create Account button. Add an account name. You can name it My First GTM Account, for example. Select the country. Then add any website URL. You can name this whatever that you'd like. It doesn't even need to be a website URL. I'll name it Ahmed Course. Select Web and hit Create. Then you'll need just to agree to these terms and services. And that's it. You have created your first Google Tag Manager container. Nothing else is needed within this page. You can exit this. Next thing that you'll need to do is add this Chrome extension to your Chrome browser. You'll just need to go to the Chrome Web Store and then look for Data Layer Checker and simply add this to your Chrome browser, or you can download it or install it from the link that is attached to the video directly. I'll need you to also add this Chrome extension to your browser as we'll need it. Don't mind or don't bother yourself with the deprecated naming as it is still working. You'll find the link for this extension also attached in the video description. Now let's get started with creating our first e-commerce website using Shopify. I'll need you to go to partners.shopify.com, which is simply a Shopify partners portal, and then you will have an option to sign up for a free account. You don't need to pay for anything for that account. Once you complete the sign-up process, it's just like a simple process that you already done on any other store or service that requires you to create an account. You'll need to click on this button, which is Stores. Once you go to the Stores section, simply click on Add Store button and select the Create Development Store option. Choose Create a Store to Test and Build. Add a store name. This is totally up to you. You can use your own personal name. So I would be using this name. Then select Developer Preview and just select any option of these. Then please make sure to select the Start with Test Data. And this is a very important step because here, when we choose this option, what Shopify will do for our website is that it will add some products information, so we don't need to add anything manually later on. Then press the Create Development Store. And that's it. Now we have a fully functional e-commerce website that we have just created, so we can use it to implement what we learn within this course. You'll be redirected automatically once you finish the steps that we've just completed to this page, which is the Shopify backend. And then you can go to the online store section, just click on this one, and then click on this eye icon so we can preview our website. So as you can see, Shopify automatically created the domain that we have used or input in the previous step and added our My Shopify domain. Now, when you check the website, you can see that Shopify already have added so many products to the website that are fully function. You can add to cart, purchase, do everything that you'd like within this website because we have chosen that we want some data to be available to this website so we can use it in our testing. Now let's install the Google Tag Manager container that we have created on this website. So normally when you go to Google Tag Manager and try installing this container that we have created on any website, we will need simply to click on this container ID, which is unique per container. This GTM container ID wouldn't match any other container that is created by Google. So normally you will just need to send these instructions to your developer, but luckily we will cover this throughout this course. All what you need to do is just copy this code from here. So copy this code, go to the Shopify backend, online store section, then themes. Click on these three dots and press edit code. Go to the theme.liquid file. You will find it in the left-hand side menu. Beside this head word, just press enter, enter, enter. Now at line number 5, we'll simply paste the code that we have just copied and then hit save. Now we have installed Google Tag Manager on our website. That's it. Let's now click on the Preview Store button. What this will do is that it will simply open the website for us so we can see if the Google Tag Manager container have been installed correctly on the website or not. Once you visit the store, click on the Google Tag Assistant Legacy that we have installed earlier in this video. Then you'll need to refresh this tab. Click on the extension. As you can see here, we can see two Google Tag Manager containers. Over here, this tells us that this website has two Google Tag Manager containers installed. To make sure that our GTM container is installed, let's go back to the container itself. And let's compare the ID. This ID ends with VNR, and on the website, there is one Google Tag Manager container installed that ends with VNR. So this confirms that our GTM container is installed properly on the website. There is one other option that we can go with without the need of having even like website or installing this manually through the code. You can use the data layer checker Chrome extension. Click on the extension and hit settings, scroll to the bottom. Now at this section, paste the GTM container ID that we have just copied, and then add the website URL. Typically, this is the URL of the website that you want to install this container to. If I wanted to install this GTM container on the store, I would add the domain name over here, which is ahmedwebanalyticscourse.myshopify.com, and then hit save. What this will do is that it will install this Google Tag Manager container on this website, and it will always be available for me for my browser only. This wouldn't affect any other user session. This is primarily the person who is using the extension. That's it. This brings us to the last option, which is one that I really prefer, and I hope that you go with, as we'll need it in the future videos over here, and it would really help us understand so many topics, which is Elevar. Go to your Shopify store backend and then hit apps and search for Elevar. Click on the first result. Install the Elevar app. This will simply take you to the Shopify store backend again, and you'll need to hit the install button. This will redirect you to the Elevar app, and it will ask you to select a plan of these. All what you need to do is just view all featured plan and then select starter option. With this option, Elevar won't charge you unless you exceeded 100 order a month, or if you're using the Elevar server-side tracking. We will not cover server-side tracking inside this course, and you wouldn't need to use this to implement what you have learned in this course. And I don't think that you'll exceed 100 order per month. So this is completely safe action to do. So select the start trial and select starter plan, and then hit continue. Continue to check out. The app will redirect you again to the Shopify backend, and you'll need to add your payment information over here. But as I mentioned, if you did not exceed 100 order and you're not using server-side tracking, you wouldn't be charged by any means. So you can safely add your payment information over here and continue. Now, when you set up your Elevar account after adding the billing info, you will be directed to your Elevar dashboard where it will ask you for some connections like the Google account connection and then setting up the data source. So the interface would look slightly different, but what you need to make sure of is when you start with the source configuration, you'll have this added automatically. So this is my other testing website. Now we're using it instead of the one that we have just created. And then within the GTM and events section, add your GTM ID over here. So let's go back to the Google Tag Manager that we have created and copy this one. So we'll be copying this ID and adding it here instead. Hit save, and that's it. Now let's continue for the other steps. What you need to do here is simply copy the code that is available in here and follow these steps. So this is a few simple steps that we can go through quickly. So go to settings, and this is specifically for Shopify. And then go to customer events, add a custom pixel, name it Elevar-GTM, for example. This is totally up to you. Wouldn't affect anything that we're doing right now. Copy this, come here, paste it, save, and hit connect. And then while you're doing the initial setup, it will also direct you to the website to connect all of our app theme embed, which you'll be directed to. So inside the online store section, themes, there will be a customize option over here. We'll need to click on this one. Select embeds. Make sure that the Elevar data layer is toggled on. And if it's the first time, you'll need to hit save. And that's it. We now have Google Tag Manager installed on our store using Elevar without the need of manually adding it to the website code or asking a developer to do the same or using a Chrome extension. This is the best option that we need to go with because not only it will help us simplify the GTM container installation, it will also come in picture later on this course to simplify the data layer topic as Elevar pushes all data layer events to your Shopify store without the need of manually doing so. So it will help us with very great examples.